Hey, yay, yay, yay. We're here. I managed to get my Tookus here because I said I would. I'm Sarah Michael. Y'all know that. You're connected with me, but were I to repurpose this, you may not. I am going to be doing Facebook Lives once a week, at least for the first quarter, maybe for longer, and I might go to every other week. I don't really know, but I'll do the first quarter kind of until March-ish. And I'll do them Tuesdays at noon. And this one's getting started a little late. And I'll start promoting and making sure, folks know I'm going to be here. But this first one was a little loose. I've been under the weather. I avoided getting really sick, but I got a little sick. And so, oh, the light's a little weird. And so I'm here because I said I would be today at noon. And even though it's a little after, hi guys, thanks for joining. Even though it's a little afternoon, I'm showing up anyway. Sorry, I'm knocking the whole apparatus because my cat was here. But what I'll be doing is really exploring aspects of business and marketing, kind of the under the surface, behind the scenes, like the deeper layers, not what you're going to be hearing kind of everywhere. I kind of pride myself on going deep and unpacking things and really understanding strategically what's going on, what's being asked, at what's being offered, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll be doing that, and I'm going to have some topics. I already have a few. I wanted to collectively get y'all's opinion on some topics too that I can talk about in the future. And really, I just plan on being here for, hello Miriam, thank you. I just planning on being here for 15-20 minutes. If we get really interactive and start talking a lot, maybe it'll go longer. But again, every Tuesday at 12 noon, I'll be here, even if I've been under the weather, doing some topics on business, marketing, messaging, the mindset, putting ourselves out there, being visible, all that good stuff. So yay, I'm just so glad I did it. I got here, right guys? I mean, sometimes we make these plans, we make these commitments to ourselves, to other people maybe too, about what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do it and when we're gonna do it. And then life happens. We get a little under the weather, pets get sick, kids get sick, cars get in accidents, stuff happens. And so really sometimes just following through, that's why one of the things this morning I was telling myself, let's just keep it simple. We're not going to try to do a whole topic piece today necessarily, although there's one I kind of want to dip into, but I wasn't going to get all up in my head about that. I was going to show up and just start this because it is something that'll happen every week. The couple of the topics that I've been brainstorming, one is I do want to talk about mistakes I've made. This kind of relates to getting under the surface and going behind the scenes, which is, mistakes, wonderful, wonderful advice, wonderful, wonderful strategies, whatever I adopted for whatever reason, it was a mistake for me. Maybe it was a timing thing, something that was better suited in stage like 3 of a business, and I was doing it in stage 1. Maybe it was something I was out of alignment with, where it just didn't fit me. But I was doing it anyway or saying it anyway. And I do want to say that I'm a light geek, and this is blasted light, so I just have to acknowledge you can't even see my chin there because there's so much light coming through the window. So yeah, but going behind the scenes and under the surface where, what were the mistakes? What were the things that, I now can, much better understand where they should be, when they should be, why they should be, and maybe not. I mean, that's the thing. Just because it worked for somebody else doesn't mean it's going to work for you or for me. And that's just the way it is. So yeah, mistakes I've made. I want to talk a little about community and kind of the right community and the right people around you. There's lots of communities, lots of Facebook groups, lots of networking groups that you can be with other business owners and you can get support. And yet again, kind of making sure it fits you. I'm all about that you of you and what works for you and your unique, idiosyncratic, beautiful expression of exactly and only you. And it's not cookie cutter. It's just not. And so communities can't be cookie cutter. and looking at, how are we being supported? Are we ending up supporting others more than we're being supported? That can happen in most, networking or mastermind groups or stuff like that. There can be this funny disproportionate kind of energy out, energy back between the members that can really drain you if that's you being drained. And yeah, so we got to kind of watch out for that. And yet, some communities, the right people, so really discerning, that's another theme of mine, being discerning and scrutinizing and asking questions and deciding, like, is this right for me? Rolling it around, making it your own, customizing the marketing strategy or the effort or the tasks or whatever it is so it fits you. And that's where, finding the communities that are going to lift you up. And certainly we want to be helping, but I know I've been in groups where I realized that 85% of the call, there were like 4 or 5 of us on the call, 85% of the call was me coaching them. And when I would ask a question or that I get my turn, they didn't know how to help me because I was farther along in my business than they were. And so it was just this, they'd offer me some kind of general suggestions, and that, that was fine for a time, but I actually had to, it was a year-long kind of group. I had to kind of pull back my energy. So I wasn't just giving away so much, and also find another group, find some better communities that I should be in. So I'm just looking, so I mentioned that breaking, no one's cookie cutter, breaking the mold, that's going to be some of the topics. And again, I would love to hear if you have some suggestions for topics. Would love that. That unique piece will be a topic, the you of you, bringing you out in your marketing, bringing you out in your business, the ways and in the places and the situations that you actually typically hold back some of the you of you, as I call it. My best friend actually calls my program project You, the You of You. And it's really funny. How's You of You going, he asks. And I know what he means, but it's because that's truly really where I come at this, like, let's get you out. There are layers I found with myself, layers. I started realizing that unless you were a friend, a family member, or already a client, or we were already connected in some way, you didn't get all of me. You didn't get all of my quirky and goofy and brilliant. You got most of me. I certainly wasn't, you can imagine I was never a shrinking violet. But, there were aspects I wouldn't show you my quirky. I wouldn't geek out like I might now, depending on if geeking out is appropriate and all that good stuff. I also want to chat about what I'm calling one-on-one fatigue, and that would be the fatigue of one-on-one clients. And everyone is focused on leverage, everyone is focused on scaling, and those are all wonderful things. This goes back to when and why, and when are you implementing a strategy or waiting on it. All wonderful things, scaling, leveraging, and it can set up this expectation before the numbers are there. So go back to bed. Thanks for watching, Miriam. Or got to get the kids to bed. Okay, yeah, okay. I thought it because, hey, you might be sick too. Thanks, sweetie. I'd love that. That it, like, unless we have numbers on our list, or we're investing heavily in Facebook ads or something like that, or just doing a mountain of networking and, running around the county, as I call it, or I have 2 counties because I kind of live right at the edge of LA County, so Orange County and LA County. Yeah, that type of thing. It's an awful lot of energy out to fill the group programs, that leverage program, because you're getting, I heard Lisa Sasevich say recently, getting all the puppies in the same box at the same time, which is a great way to put it, and I like it. What I've been saying for a while is getting, numerous people moving in the same direction at the same time. That's a bigger challenge. That's a more complex strategy requirement. That's more effort or more scale with the numbers, back to that. So there's this impression that you should just be able to blink, snap your finger and have this group program that leverages your time and serves people deeply. really, really quick without having the numbers or buying the numbers, because that's what Facebook ads do, is buy you the numbers. And there can be, it can be hard to figure out Facebook ads sometimes, so that can slow you down. But without the numbers, like having a group program that's going to sustain you financially, so what happens is we kind of get this negative impression of one-on-one work. And it's also compounded by the fact that a lot of people are undercharging for what they do. A lot of people are over-delivering what they do. They're kind of connected, but they can look different. And a lot of people also don't have good boundaries around what they do. And then kind of on the more, those are kind of the not fun reasons, but the fun reason is because they haven't designed a one-on-one package that really is awesome, that they love, that includes those boundaries, that allows them to give a lot without over giving, and is so fun and is so valuable and is so right for these people that they can ask for a certain dollar amount that they feel really good with. They feel so good about this program, they can, get out a number that actually, would make some sense for them with their one-on-one work. And what I know, though, is that one-on-one work is your foundation. And until that's stable, leveraging, scaling, again, without the, if you have money to invest in Facebook ads, rock on, like just fund that baby and you can accelerate this. But unless you have that kind of capital to spend on buying your numbers, or you somehow inherit the numbers, or, do a great joint venture partnership and get the numbers kind of early in your business, it's going to be tough. And if we get burnt out on one-on-one practices because we don't have the right program, package, model, etc., it's gonna be harder to keep that going while the rest of it builds. And then the last idea I'm throwing out, and this will be over the course of the next 3 months. I'll be here Tuesdays at noon Pacific, and I guess 3 Eastern. Is what I'm calling a safe and sane launch. Launching a program, launching an offering with enough time. We all get these great ideas and we want to push the ideas out into the world fast, and we're so excited and it's so neat. And it's, if you're only giving yourself 3 weeks to get an entire marketing plan developed, the materials developed, and then go do all the things that are the actual things of the marketing, it's not enough time. Typically about 6 weeks would be, that safe and sane enough time. But depending on what you're enrolling, if you're enrolling a retreat in Bali or Mexico or some sort of destination retreat, you want to give that like 8 months. And it doesn't mean that you're only talking about that for 8 months or whatever, but it does mean you start and it's just like a concerted kind of steady push. So giving ourselves enough time, because programs we're launching aren't doing well because we're trying to launch them too fast. So that'll be a topic. And then, as I said a little minute ago, I would love to hear your ideas, anything on marketing, messaging, which are your words, and your words matter. And, that's the thing. One thing I've also, because I said I would, is I created this freebie where you just give me your name and email and you get a video training about why your words matter so much more than you think. And it comes a lot from my English major background and all the marketing and messaging and writing I have ever done. And really, there's these things in our brain that it's brain science, guys. Like, I go into the psychology of words. It's only about 13 minutes. I didn't want to inundate you with this huge thing, but it really helps you understand why picking our words, choosing our words, especially at the very beginning of that marketing relationship, I call it that first layer of marketing, especially then, because we have about a nanosecond to get the brain science to work in our favor. That's the encapsulation. I don't want to go into all of that, and I could readily just launch into that topic, but I'll put the link in the thingy, or maybe I did. Facebook Live is weird where you're typing like a title. You really have this much space. So It's a little odd. And yeah, but I would love your ideas. Any topics, really anything business related, marketing related, even life, leadership. I was helping, a friend the other day, but would love to hear your topics. I'm pretty versatile, and I'll tell you if I don't know anything about it. And I'll say I can't do that, but I'll try to find someone who can, maybe, and they can hop on here too. And then that's it for me. So yes, every Tuesday for the first quarter, which is January, February, and March. So, maybe I'll do exactly 3 months and end on, what is it, the 10th of March. But we'll keep all of that, wonderful. And I might keep doing it every week or every other week. Would probably be the only change I'd make. I would think I'm going to continue doing this. I love this type of thing. And I love being able to connect and interact and, get the questions going and the interaction going. But yeah, I just might not do them every week. I kind of want to assess if every week really is feeling good or if that feels like a little too much, just given my schedule and everything else going on. So I'm looking at my thing. Oh, well, this is the link. Can you see this? Oh, the light. Well, it's in the thingy. So there's the link. The light might not be good for that. And then if you want to chat, if you're wondering, what's going on with you specifically in your marketing and your business and your alignment and your messaging, whatever, it's not working like they say it should, then sign up to talk and we will. It's talkwithsarah.com. That's just TALKWITHSARAH.com. Thanks, guys, and thank you guys who are here on my inaugural first of this series Facebook Live. I'm excited and I so appreciate you guys hopping on. Bye.